So today's video comes from a comment that one of my granddaughters made to me and that I made back to her, a little conversation. It didn't last long, but it started getting me to thinking about it more and more. It happened several weeks ago. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought I want to do a video on it. So I hope I do it justice, because I have all these thoughts in my head, but sometimes it's hard to make them come out. So I hope you'll join me. Hey everyone, it's Melissa. So I was a little cryptic in my introduction, and so I thought I would go into it more and discuss it because I think it might be an important topic. I hope it is. But what the remark was, it was right before my birthday, and one of my granddaughters, and I can't even remember which one, said, "You know, you don't seem like you're old." And I looked at her and I said, "Honey, I am too busy to get old." And she laughed, and that was kind of the end of the conversation, but I thought about it. I'm too busy to get old. Well, of course, that is not true. I'm getting older every day, but I think what I meant to say was I'm too busy to feel old. And that's a big difference, because your body's going to age. You are going to go through changes, and you're going to get older every day, God willing. But being busy, being involved, doing things that you want to accomplish still, that is being too busy to get old. So I kind of want to go through my thoughts and my schedule and things that I want to accomplish. And I would like to hear down below from things that you still like to do, you still want to accomplish, and how you still want to feel relevant. Because I think that's important for us as we get older, to still feel like we matter, our opinions matter, and we still have contributions to make, and we still are good members of society. Now, I want to start out by saying we're in an age, well, I guess we're considered elderly. I sure don't feel it, but age-wise and society-wise, probably over 70 is considered elderly, I'm guessing. And I think all of us that have worked outside the home, probably a certain amount of busyness that we've always had has changed. We are not maybe going out to the office, although I still do some work with the office, especially when it comes to taxes and with, withholding and the Social Security and all that stuff. I still do that, but I don't do the day-by-day stuff going out to the office anymore. Of course, my kids are grown from, 20, 30 years ago, left home, so they've been gone for a long time. I have the grandkids here, and they have kept me busy for a really long time. But the oldest one has graduated and is working full-time. The second oldest one is going to be going to school out of state. They're getting older, and they have their own lives, as they should. So it's kind of like I'm facing a bit of an empty house syndrome again, like I did the first time, and I got used to that. But then all these people moved around us. My son and my daughter got married and came back and had children and moved on the street, and we were all surrounded, and it was like I started over again and got extremely busy. And boy, I did not have time to think about getting older or feeling older. But that is coming to a bit of an end now, and so things are changing again, and I'm getting into more of an elderly season in my life, as they say. And so I wanted to talk about how I've been thinking of navigating that. I'm going to tell you what my current schedule is. And first, let me say, after my mastectomy, I'll just briefly touch on this, because I think I've touched on it before. After my mastectomy, at first I felt really brave and everything, but after a period of time, especially when, my estrogen was being tamped down by the tamoxifen, I got very lethargic. I got very I started having side effects like from taking the tamoxifen, and I've controlled them now, so I do want to stay on it. But you know, I started having vasculitis, so I have to wear these sleeves on my legs every day, and the vasculitis was bad. I have pictures. I don't want to show you all pictures. So I had that, and then my toenails exploded, and so I mean they did. 2 of my toenails exploded, and blood came out and everything, and so we looked it up. Yep, can be a side effect, a rare one of the tamoxifen. I had these rare side effects from the tamoxifen. And then my blood pressure went up. And they wanted to put me on, they gave me a prescription for blood pressure medicine, but I thought I'm going to try to do it naturally and see what I can do. So I cut down on my salt and I ate more potassium-rich foods. The main thing is I started monitoring my water intake. I'll tell you all, this is a little aside, that has made the biggest difference. I was hardly drinking any water, a little bit, and just not nearly enough. I have a big thing that I measure out every day, a glass thing. I pour it and make sure that I empty it, and my blood pressure has gone back down to normal. Now, I don't know if it's the potassium-rich foods, cut down on salt, or all the water, but something has helped it, and I haven't had to go on that medicine. But that's a little bit of an aside to tell you how important, as you go through this new phase of our lives, that, you know, how important water is. You know, good food, nutrition, staying active, exercise, walking, get your cardio up, you know, doing all the things you know you're supposed to do. Wear your sunscreen. We all know that. These are the things we're supposed to do. We don't always do it, but we know what we're supposed to do. But I just think for me, and maybe you, you know, if you feel tired, if you feel lethargic, if you feel, you know, like you just, you know, can't move, maybe up your water intake and see if that helps. It helped me. It helped me a whole lot. So I had to get through that inactive phase. And when I was going through this lethargic phase, I felt 20 years older than what I had felt before, my actual age. I felt at least in my 90s. I guess I was depressed, but I would not make as many videos. I would, you know, I could bring myself periodically to make a video, and my channel suffered. I would stay in my pajamas. I would sleep all day and stay up at night, and didn't want to cook. I would eat like cereal for supper and cereal for breakfast, and you know, I just got into a bad place. But I took control and, you know, made a workaround around the symptoms that I was having, like from the tamoxifen, to get myself back on track. So the first thing I'm going to do is tell you my schedule and what my hopes are for my schedule, and then maybe you can share some things down below too. So when I was going through this real lethargic stage and stuff, Doug had hired somebody from my breast cancer too, had hired somebody to clean the house. So I didn't even do that, and I didn't cook. I didn't do much of anything. So the first thing I did was I got rid of the maid and started cleaning my house myself. So that gave me more busyness and more incentive. And then, you know, I got the vasculitis. I made sure I went to the rheumatologist. That's the doctor that handles it. And I made sure that it was not affecting my organs, because it can. No, you are good. This is just taking place in your legs. If the sleeves that you wear help, do it. I wear them every single day. My summer wardrobe usually includes jeans or pants, because I have to wear these sleeves on my legs for the compression for the next 5 years. So I usually just don't wear shorts. I wear sleeveless tops. So I made a workaround of that. And like I said, I feel like I've gotten my blood pressure under control, and I've really done a big uptake of my water. So those really simple things have helped me sort of get back on track. Okay, so now my routine is probably, you know, y'all are gonna laugh, because it's like, that is so simple, you know, that's not any busyness or anything like that, but it is to me, because when I do it very thoroughly. I follow through. I don't go on to anything else while I'm doing that one thing. So by the end of the day, you know, I'm tired and I've done a whole lot, and I feel like I've made progress and I feel good about myself. I feel good about myself at night recently, and that's very important. Okay, so like, this YouTube channel, it's not much and I don't get tons of views or anything like that, but it is very important to me, and I try to make it probably too perfect, but I spend a lot of time doing it's like almost a full-time job doing this YouTube channel, because I like to film, I like to get my editing done and get it uploaded, and then I check it carefully to make sure I don't have food in my teeth, and then I make sure try to get a good thumbnail and try to get good tags and stuff like that. So I work hard on that, and then I work hard on my Instagram, and I've been starting to work hard on the TikTok, to get more people being able to watch my YouTube videos more, to try to grow that. It's just something I'm interested in. It's something I want to do because after Doug retires, I still want to keep my YouTube channel, and I still want it to be relevant. I still want to grow it, and I still want it to matter. So that's important to me. So the YouTube channel keeps me very, very busy. And I think it helps to keep my mind young, because I have to learn new things. I have to learn new techniques. I have to learn programs, how to edit. I have to figure these things out. It's, same thing with Instagram and TikTok. I like to make interesting little reels. I did the one where I stood still, and then my back behind of me, I came and did another still, and then I had on a different outfit and did another still. It took a lot of work and a lot of busyness to do that, but I was real proud of it. Okay, so cleaning my house again. I fired the maid, and now I'm cleaning my house back again, which I have been for a bit. But I finally, the best way to do this house, it's big and I am picky. It takes me hours to clean this house. So I've divided it up. I will clean half of it Tuesday and the other half Wednesday. And that has helped a whole lot, because I clean it from top to bottom, to, ceiling fans, to everything, every single week. And I tell you, we have these shutters with little bitty slats, and trying to every single week get in those slats, that takes some work. So that's another thing. I enjoy cleaning, I don't mind it, and I like a very clean house, so I make it a very clean house, because it's important to me. I don't always, but my goal is to cook 3 meals a week, and then Doug loves the leftovers, so in between the 3 meals a week, I'll cook, have leftovers, cook, leftovers, cook, leftovers, that type of thing. And then like on Sunday, we'll grab something out and bring it home. So, that takes a lot of time, grocery shopping and all that kind of stuff. Exercising, I exercise in the morning. I do my arm weights. I do my arm exercises in the morning. I do my floor exercises at night, and so I always put that in my schedule. At least every month I'll do a family dinner, and I will cook periodically for my children, like to have a date night or something. So I will have all the children over to eat. So I will cook a bigger meal every other week. And when they have birthdays, I'll do a big birthday thing, and I'll do a big tablescape, and, because I enjoy entertaining. So that's some busyness that I really enjoy doing, and so I make an effort to do it. I think a lot of this is I really try to make an effort in the things that are important to me. They may not be important to anyone else. Other things may be more of an effort. But my effort is doing things like entertaining and making beautiful tablescapes and cooking nice meals for my extended family, and my ex-husband and his wife come down, and these things are very important to me, so it keeps me at another level of busyness. And I know this is superficial, but I do my hair and my makeup and my skincare every single day. Not for anybody else. I do it for myself, because it makes my day just like, I feel like I'm more dressed. Because I've been putting makeup on this face pretty much every day since when about the time I turned 14, 13, 14, I've been wearing makeup every single day. I would feel if I stopped, I wouldn't feel like I was getting dressed anymore. So I do spend time on my hair, I spend time on my makeup, I spend time on my clothes. I like things. I think I'm kind of particular. I never thought I was, but I realize I'm kind of particular, and being particular takes energy and it takes a certain amount of busyness. So I do all that. You know what? This is a big aside, but I did want to mention it. For my Ulta, I mentioned when I had I think it was my last video, I was talking about things that I had recently bought, a haul. And one of them was I had picked out for my Ulta birthday, because it was my birthday month, and there was a whole big thing of it. And one of them was, it was booty cream, for your bottom and your thighs. And I got that, and then after I talked about it on here, I thought, why do I want booty cream? No, I'm not wearing shorts or a bathing suit or anything like that. Nobody's going to see it except Doug. But I thought, I see it. And if it makes my hips and my cellulite and everything look a little bit better, why not? Why not give it a go? If I may be old, doesn't mean I can't do some of the things that I did when I was still young, or some of the things that young people still do. And I think that's important. I have a feeling that is going to be very important as we age, to still do some of the things that we always did, and to maybe even take on new things that we learn, be able to master them. I think that's going to be important. So, between the YouTube channel and cooking and cleaning and having family over and friends over and going out with friends and just doing certain things. We've gotten involved more in the church, and so just the busyness that we have and the busyness that Doug has started to, I think it's kept him younger. He has started a men's group, but they sit on the back porch and they talk and they have a fellowship, and that has helped keep him young, having friends. I've been reaching out to more friends and rediscovering them. And I just think, even though it sounds trivial, especially to someone who is busy, that's young and raising kids and having a job and doing all that you do, there will come a time when that slows down. And when it slows down, I think it might be important to find new things to take its place. And you all that are like going through, your kids like graduate from high school and going off, you're going to discover that too. You'll have to find new things to replace it. So, each thing that we go through, that women go through in life, we have to adapt and adjust and embrace new things. So even though my little schedule that I have, it's probably a little trivial to a lot of you, it's important to me. It's what I enjoy. It's what makes me happy. And it's what keeps me busy and keeps me from dwelling on things that I probably don't want to really dwell on. And I want to feel relevant, and I want to feel like I'm making a contribution. That's very important to me, to feel like I can still contribute to society and contribute to my family and my friends and Doug and you all. It matters to me. So anyway, that was my schedule. You all will have different schedules. Some people have more limitations. Some people have physical limitations. Some people have less physical limitations. Some of you can get out there and ride your bike 25 miles and run marathons and stuff. I can't do that. And some of you may have more limitations, but I still think that there's things that you can do to, still be busy and still contribute and still have goals to feel good about yourself. And, be too busy to get old. I love that. Which, it's kind of a contradiction because we do get old. But being too busy to get old, that just has really gone round and round in my mind. It really has. And, some of you will have a different outlook what it means to be busy. I know a lot of you are big gardeners. That is not my cup of tea at all. It is Doug's though. And some of you, are wonderful seamstresses. Some of you are knitters and crocheters and, so many things that women contribute and that we're all capable of, even with physical limitations, to still feel like we matter. So yes, I think that phrase, "I'm too busy to get old," has just really, it just hit me in the face when I said it. So anyway, I hope this resonates with a few of you. Just kind of some thoughts on my mind for the video. I'm still wanting to do twice a week if I can get over my severe criticism that it's never good enough. So I think you all accept me just for the way I am, as we should all do that. So thank you. Love you all. Be sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all in a couple of days. Stay safe. Bye-bye.